Buying a Tesla in 2024 has changed so much than even buying one in 2023. But if you are in the market for getting a Tesla Model Y now, I'd wait. But you should definitely get a Model 3. Also, make sure you guys keep on watching where I talk about one reason why you should wait to get this upgrade on any Tesla. I'm Everydaychris, and let's dive straight into it. Now, as far as purchasing a Tesla, it's all the same. You can view certain vehicles in showrooms. You can talk to the advisors who will help you purchase the car online. One difference is they won't give you a referral code. Referral perks always change, but right now it's 3 months of free full self-driving. All you have to do is use my link in the description. It pops up, choose the model you want, and start building. Before, it never actually let you know the referral code was applied, but now it actually shows you on the build page. This way, if your cookies were cleared or something you don't know what happened, you know that the referral code has been applied or not. Now, I just did a video on 2024's tax credits, but right now, the Model 3 Performance, which isn't available anymore, all Model Ys and the base 5-seater Model X qualifies for either a $7,500 tax credit or a point of sale rebate. And just a quick summary, a point of sale rebate means they take off the $7,500 at the point of sale at the dealership when you purchase the car then and there, which is pretty good. However, apparently there's some loophole in the Model 3 where if you lease one for business, you can qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. And it shows on the buy page that includes the $7,500 lease incentive for the Model 3. There's also been huge changes to the EPA ranges to all Teslas due to the EPA's new range testing process as they adjusted the comfort and climate testing. This doesn't just apply to Teslas, but all electric cars. So we all know the refresh Model 3 is out, so let's quickly talk about all the changes. First, this isn't just a minor refresh, it's pretty much a brand new model. All new exterior, all new interior, new suspension, new pretty much everything. Right now they have a Model 3 rear-wheel drive as well as a long range. There are rumors of a new fast performance model, but it's not going to be out just yet. The rear-wheel drive starts at only around $39,000 with 272 miles. It goes 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. And these again are due to those LFP batteries. And with these LFP batteries, when you do charge at a supercharger, the max charging speed is 170 kilowatts. It's also not all-wheel drive since it only has one motor in the rear. However, the beauty with the rear-wheel drive is because it uses those LFP batteries compared to the 4680s or the 2170s in the long-range models, you can and should charge your Tesla to 100% every night. If you didn't know, the common practice with electric cars is to only charge to 80% for daily driving. There's also the long range model that starts at $46,000. These have an EPA of 341 miles and it goes 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. It's faster, more range, and you can fully charge at 250 kilowatts at superchargers. However, the beauty with the Model 3 standard as well as the long range is a lot of the features in the long range carry on to the standard models for now. So if you are interested in getting a standard range Model 3, now is the perfect time. 17 speakers, wireless charging, all that good stuff. Because unfortunately in the Model Y standard range, there have been some unfortunate changes, which I'll talk about. Back then, the free paint color was white. So yes, white Teslas everywhere. Now we have the amazing updated stealth gray that looks so good, especially with a matte paint protection film. I mean, it's so sexy. Is it black? Is it gray? When the sun, it looks gray. It's beautiful. The new colors are stealth gray and ultra red. This is also reflected on the Model Ys as well, as they also have the new paint color. I've seen the ultra red in person in the Model X and Model S, and man, it looks so good. Both of these new colors are a much more deeper and richer color. The old ones were like shiny in the sun. However, these ones have colors and a ton of depth and richness to it. The red really reminds me of a burgundy color, and the metallic gray is like a little darker, so like a dark gray. But overall, you'll love it. With the Model 3, you also get brand new wheels, the Photon wheels. They look sexy at 18 inches, or you can get decreased range and get the 19-inch Nova wheels. The exterior is beautiful. No Tesla logo in the back. Now it's just spelled out about Tesla. Matrix headlights, LED lights, it looks so clean. Looking at the interior, it's all new with new sound dampening material, ambient lighting, touchless gear stalks, which isn't that big of a deal. Just check out my yoke or no yoke video and you'll see it's not that big of a deal at all. You get a screen in the rear seats, ventilated seats. It's just a huge upgrade, and a lot of the premium stuff in the Model S and X is getting carried over into the Model 3 refresh. Now, here's the part where it's tricky and you gotta be careful when you're ordering. Enhanced autopilot. This is a $6,000 upgrade. And yes, I think it's worth it, but no, I don't recommend getting it now unless you do a ton of road trips. Why? Well, Tesla used to have sensors in the cars to help with certain things like summon and auto park. However, they removed that a while ago and switched to just using the cameras to do all the work. They've improved it over time. However, it's still not ready yet. This means that because a ton of those features aren't ready, you don't get things like summon, smart summon, and auto park available to you just yet. So pretty much you're paying $6,000 for navigate on autopilot and auto lane changes, which is still great. But if you thought you could use those other features, you have to wait. TBD. Now, when you are ordering your Tesla, they no longer come with any sort of charging options. So you have to purchase it in advance or at the time of purchase. Most of the time, it may take a few weeks, a month, maybe even more for you to get your car. So your accessories should ship much quicker. I definitely recommend getting the mobile charging kit in case there's an emergency and you need to trickle charge your Tesla if something happens. However, instead of ordering the wall connector on the build page, I recommend going to the Tesla shop under charging and get the universal wall connector. It's a new version that has a J1772 adapter to charge non-Teslas integrated into the wall connector for $595. You now only get 30 days of premium connectivity for free compared to 1 year like before. I just did a video that goes into detail on premium versus free connectivity, so check that out. Then all you gotta do is place your $250 non-refundable deposit and you're done. As far as financing goes, they offer cash, leases, as well as loans. This is a particularly very important thing to keep in mind. After ordering your Tesla, you fill out all this important information in the app. It then asks you to begin the financing process. This is where you can get a loan from Tesla, and it's actually not Tesla finance. They just give it to a random bank like Wells Fargo or something like that. Here's where you need to wait. Wait before doing the financing part of the vehicle. Why? Let's just say you do the financing, they pull your credit and offer you a loan. However, that loan offer is only valid for 30 to 60 days. If there are delays and you don't get your car by then, you have to reapply for that loan. For people who don't know, when they do a credit check, it decreases your credit score. A higher credit score usually means a lower interest rate. If they pull another loan again, because your credit is lower than the first time, your interest rate will be worse than the first time. I know because this happened to my friend, so definitely wait until you get a VIN number. Usually after a VIN number, you still have a week or so to get all your finances ordered and secure a delivery date. Banks like Wells Fargo always usually have higher interest loans. For me, we used DCU. It's a private bank, very safe, reliable. You can check it on the forums. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. And they usually do have the lowest interest rates. The only issue is you have to be a member or be referred by someone who is a member, me. And a member is pretty much someone who just donated to a charity and has an account. But they have auto loans as well as discounts if you're a member and if you're purchasing an electric vehicle. So overall, the rates are really good. Next, let's talk about the most popular SUV on the market, the Tesla Model Y. I've had mine for 3 years and I have over 50,000 miles on it. I love it. They had projector headlights on the Model Y performance versions, but the old reflector style headlights were on the Model Y long range. So here's something a lot of people don't talk about too much. When you are ordering your Tesla, so let's just pull up our Tesla, make sure you really analyze the build page model. For instance, if you look at this Model Y here, I'm changing through different models, and yet those headlights are still the same. If you can't tell, on the edge of the headlight, there's like a small projector bulb and it's a little darker, that shows it's the projector headlight. This means that all the models will come with that style of headlight from now on. Early on, when Tesla was beginning to switch from one thing to another, you'll start to see some of the projector headlights with the reflector style headlights, but not in all cases. So it was always a hit or miss on which one you got. You can also ask your sales advisor, but surprisingly, they know as little as we do, if not less, since we have the forums and people from all around the world. So until you see it actually changed on the build page, you still may be getting an older version of whatever Tesla has changed. So keep that in mind. With the Model Y this year, they also updated and changed 2 of the paint colors, just like the Model 3. When you order your Model Y, there used to be only 2 options, with the rear wheel drive coming back and forth from time to time. But for a long time now, the rear wheel drive has been staying put on the order page, which makes the Model Y very, very affordable, especially with the tax credit. Oh, and so you don't forget, make sure you click on purchase price, not probable savings, so you can actually see how much the vehicle costs. I honestly don't know why they have the probable savings defaulted every single time. They always trick me. Now, the Model Y rear-wheel drive starts at $43,990. You get 260 miles of range, and it goes 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. You can choose from the 19-inch Gemini wheels to the 20-inch inductions for an additional $2,000 upgrade, but it also decreases your range to 242 miles. You can add the tow hitch, but it's gonna definitely decrease your range even more, so I don't recommend it with the rear wheel drive standard range. You could change the interior from black to white for $1,000. I love white. It's open, it brings out the cabin, and the seats are very easy to clean. When you purchase the rear wheel drive, you can only get it in a 5-seating layout. The Model Y does have a 7-seater, which we will discuss in a second. Now, they just changed this on the rear wheel drive 7-seater Model Y to make things cheaper. There's supposed to be 13 speakers in the Model Y across all models. However, with the Model Y rear wheel drive, they decreased it to only 7 speakers. So now you don't even get a sub anymore, and you get way less speakers. I will say that with our Model Y with the sub, I barely have it cranked up because the speakers do a sufficient job with the bass, but it was a very surprising find to find out they decreased the speakers by that much. Now, they also updated the miles for the worst for the Model Y long range at 310 miles, and if you get the popular 20-inch induction wheels, it drops you below 300 at 292. However, with the Model Y long range, it's the only model that allows you to configure the car with 7 seats. There's nothing that changes to the overall body of the car. They just found a way to cram 2 small seats in the trunk. It's actually pretty sufficient and comfortable for small children, but I'll let you watch my dedicated video to find out more. With the Model X, because it's under $80,000, it does qualify for that $7,500 tax credit, but again, it has to be the cheapest, most basic model. No upgraded paint, no upgraded yoke steering wheel, no upgraded wheels, and it has to be the 5-seating layout. However, overall, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds with 335 miles, it's not too bad. And I just did a video where I compared the Lucid Air Pure versus the Tesla Model S. And I have to say the Model S is a great buy for the price. You get 405 miles, it goes 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and you get a ton of nice features. However, because it starts at $75,000, it definitely does not qualify for any sort of federal tax credit. But now I can finally talk about the Cybertruck. You can now order your Cybertruck online, but you can't configure it. The only thing you can do is configure the drivetrain. It does say delivery in 2024, but if you didn't know, they've been sending out invites to actually configure and spec out your Cybertruck to certain early reservation holders. We still don't know the exact number, but it seems to be way more than 1,000 invites have gone out. And also, this is for their Founders Series model, which is an additional $20,000. However, I did the research and I found out it actually evens out, but I'm going to do a separate video on that later. This means they won't be building normal Cybertrucks for some time, and if I had to guess, these won't be coming until 2025 at the earliest. Also, don't pay too much attention to the Cybertruck order estimated timeline, as it's not that accurate, especially with a new car being built. There's for sure going to be a delay. However, people who ordered their cars and configured it on December 8th and 9th are starting to finally get VINs, which is super exciting. We put ours in December 11th, so hopefully we'll get ours soon. So make sure to subscribe to keep watching my journey. Overall, the buying process is easy, but remember when I told you guys to wait to buy a Tesla? Specifically the Model Y. I'm excited to see the Model Y refresh design coming to America eventually. However, it's still not in other countries. And with Tesla, they tend to push out the cool new designs into other countries first before bringing it to America last. This means we may be waiting to the middle or even the end of the year to possibly see a Model Y refresh design. Again, nobody actually knows, but just use the Tesla website to see when the changes are reflected on the build page. And don't think you need to always buy a new Tesla. There are a ton of used Teslas on Tesla's website as well. A lot of times they'll have some slick deals on some showroom vehicles that are only driven like a few hundred miles. Like they have a Model S Plaid for only 90K, but it is a demo vehicle with only 54 miles on it. And as far as trading in your vehicle goes, Tesla used to price match with other places like CarMax. However, now they don't do that. But it's always a good idea to get their estimate, but go to like CarMax or Carvana or somewhere else and get an estimate from them. And it doesn't hurt to still try and take that higher estimate to where you're going to sell it and see if they will price match. Always remember that the price of Tesla is constantly changing. I mean, I could release this video and it's going to change tomorrow. So if you guys want a Tesla, just get it now. Anyways, guys, I hope that video helped you. What Tesla are you guys going to get? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.